Hello, everybody. This is lesson 7 of chapter 4 on common prefixes. Page 67, the first prefix is pro, and it means before. The first term we have prodrome. Drum means runs or starts. The meaning be symptoms occurring before the onset of disease, which means before the disease starts. So before the onset means starts. So some symptoms or signs occur before the disease itself appears, before it starts. So we call this thing prodrome. Pronunciation.
Prodrome. Prodrome.
The next prefix we have retro. Retro means before. And the term here we have retroversion or version. Retroversion or version. Okay. ION process, you know that now. Versi or verge, turning, and we have taken that before. So the meaning will be backward turning of an organ. So turning of an organ to the back, backward. Pronunciation.
Retroversion or retroversion. Retroversion or retroversion.
The next prefix we have sub, and sub means under or below. The first term we have subcutaneous. Subcutaneous. OUS, you know that, pertaining to. Cutane means skin, and sub, of course, means under or below. So the meaning, pertaining to under the skin. The next term we have sublingual. AL pertaining to, again, you know that. Linguo means tongue. See, it is close to the word language, lingo, all right? And sub means below or under, pertaining to under the tongue. Pronunciation.
Subcutaneous. Subcutaneous. Sublingual. Sublingual.
The next prefix we have supra. Supra means above. The term we have here, suprarenal. AL pertaining to. Ren means kidney, and supra above. So pertaining to above the kidney. Pronunciation.
Suprarenal. Suprarenal. Suprarenal.
The next prefix we have trans, which means through or across. The term we have transection. ION means process, sect from section means cut, and the meaning is process of cutting across. Now, cutting across, if you look at this picture of an orange, see, if you take an orange and you cut it into two halves, one half, if you look at it from high above, it will look like this in the picture. So we call this transection. And we will come to that later when we give the names of the planes. Okay, names of planes. So this is a transaction. All right, this is if you cut something as a transaction, this is what you will get. And if you look at your books, page 68, all right, please turn to page 68. In the middle of the page, you have this figure 4.2. This is a transaction, which means if you cut something, a person, for example, here in the picture, into two parts, upper part and lower part, so this is called transaction. All right, so the cut becomes horizontal, not vertical, horizontal.
transaction, transaction, transaction,
The next prefix is ultra, and it means beyond. The term we have ultrasonography. Graphy, we have taken this before, means process of recording, if you remember. And son here means sound, and ultra beyond. So the meaning is process of recording an image of internal organs by using high frequency sound waves. See, using sound waves to make or to record the image of internal organs. Sometimes we call this process ultrasound or sonogram. So they have the same meaning. Ultrasound or sonogram, all ultrasonography, they have the same meaning. Now let's see the pronunciation.
ultrasonography, ultrasonography,
Now on page 70, because this is the end of chapter 4, on page 70 you have some kind of summary of prefixes that have the same meaning, and below that again a table of summary of prefixes that have the opposite meaning. So this is just to help you to see the prefixes that have the same meaning. For example, if you look at epi, hyper, supra, all of them have the same meaning above, but of course, as we said earlier, we cannot use one in place of the other in a term. And if you go down again, you can see the rest of the prefixes. This helps you to know the meanings, actually. If you put them in groups like this helps you to learn the meanings. And below that, of course, the table of the prefixes that have the opposite meanings. So if you look at the first two, for example, hyper and hypo, and maybe we mentioned this through the discussion, hyper means excessive or more. Hypo means deficient or low. Low, and there we have high, okay? And you can go through the rest and learn them, but of course you have to learn them by heart, right?